Climate change in Los Angeles is becoming a problem. As one of the most popular cities in California, Los Angeles houses about 30% of the state's population. This makes a global problem like climate change more relevant because of the number of people it affects. With this incoming doom, we see activists like Marta Segura and groups like LARC fighting for the future in the lives of the people now. We also get to see the harsh examples of the affected people, like Maxine Jimenez, for example. It's stated that the temperature has been rising by 0.36 Fahrenheit per decade and continues to increase yearly. While this doesn't seem like a huge problem now, we've already seen the glaciers melting, the seas rising, and intense heat waves. This is a huge problem, but we need more action against it. All of this is due to the leading climate factor being fossil fuels, which are the backbone of our country. It's said that fossil fuels contribute to 75% of greenhouse gas emissions and 90% of the carbon dioxide emissions. The following educational short will explore climate change in Los Angeles, California through the viewpoints of affected residents. Marta Segura. Climate change, the current event causing the ice caps to melt and the temperature to increase. This problem has been occurring since the Earth's creation, but over the past century, we have seen a huge increase since the Industrial Revolution. Specifically, we've seen an 8 times rise in global carbon emissions in over the past 100 years. We can identify that the problem has been our advancement, and more specifically, our use of fossil fuels. Our fossil fuel usage adds up to an astounding 75% of greenhouse gas emissions and 90%. Marta Segura, the Chief Heat Officer and the Director of Climate Mobilization for Los Angeles. She fights for the climate of Los Angeles and the world as a whole. As the Chief Heat Advisor, Marta's goal is for local governments to address the needs and priorities of Los Angeles. It's stated that 56% of Los Angeles residents
most of our low-income rentals don't come with ACs or much less air filtration systems. So we're going to be approaching that more systemically by looking at our building codes, and we're going to be creating a climate vulnerability assessment that's going to give us very accurate data across the city of Los Angeles to create that heat action plan.
A big part of her job, creating that heat action plan, which will include an early warning system for extreme heat, long-term strategies for adding shade and cooling those urban temperatures, and also bringing numerous agencies together to battle heat.
Organizations like LARC are on the front line and are constantly trying to reverse and slow the effects of climate change. LARC does this through its heat, water, and energy campaigns, which bring the people together to gain help or educate citizens on how they can contribute daily. Their goal is to build awareness and create a more sustainable Los Angeles ready for climate change.
Really badly. Once I finished the race, my shoes were a little bit melted, and I was like, oh my gosh. After the track meet, my friend and I went to the bathroom, and as I was washing my hands, I hear a loud thud behind me, and I turn around and saw that she had fainted. And we found out that it was all because it was so hot and she wasn't hydrated enough. My friend's fainting after that track meet was pretty traumatic, and my shoes melting and all of that all together, I was thinking to myself, I don't think this is normal. There is a lot of air pollution in LA, and it's really noticeable. A lot of people are like, it's just fog, but it's not fog, it's smog. And you just think to yourself, I'm in the middle of all this, and I'm breathing all of that air, and what can I do about it?
In conclusion, climate change is a huge problem that needs to be faced, or we will face the consequences. In Los Angeles especially, we can see the harsh effects already of people getting injured and even hospitalized. We need to fight back against climate change, and using these different viewpoints I've provided throughout the video, I would like everybody to come away learning something new about climate change and maybe even change something about their day-to-day life.